Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hi guys, I'm back again with Caraxus, Scriptbane himself, and we will continue where we left off yesterday. More leveling, human starting map up next. Then Norn. Take me away to Lion's Arch. Another warm day here today. Not nearly as hot as yesterday. Like 12 or 13 degrees cooler today. Hey there. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. That kind of feedback never gets old. Thank you. And off to Divinity's Reach. And we'll just swap right back into it.
Increase the sympathetic resonance.
And out we'll go into Queensdale. Excuse me. Where we'll be working on another basic, old-fashioned map completion.
The fields beyond Shaymar.
Yeah, finish that off. Good. Excuse me. The Adventure Guide 1, we are now 14 of 14 done. So we're now into Adventure Guide Volume 2. Leveling, defeating enemies, dodging, all kinds of good stuff. If you're new to Guild Wars 2 or haven't played in a while, they added that a couple years back. I think when they brought in the Steam client. Oop. I'm the only player here. I want to make sure all the other players get a chance to whack the Worm Queen. Assuming they want to whack the Worm Queen. Anyone? Anyone? Guys, Vice Strips? Doesn't appear that anyone else wants to fight the big worm. So, I will do that. Oh. Well, now someone joins. Sorry. I tried. I really, honestly tried. And another. Okay. Now I'm feeling bad. But I'll cheer myself up by dancing for the cows. They like it too.
Vigilance is key.
And there we go. Heart complete. Dump dump. So the intent here, if you weren't around last night, is I created a new character because, well, I bought the expansion, and the expansion came with another character slot. And I figured, why not just run through the entire damned game from start to finish. Now, I won't do the the first storyline chapter until next week because it rewards a key. Except I've already run it once this week, and you can only get it once per account per week. So next week we'll run the first few chapters. Probably at least through chapter 4, if I've hit level 40 by then, which is relatively likely. Because that gives another key. Okay, we're going to have to drop a couple of points in at least to get another skill. Let's see, what do we want? That's a heal. Consecrate at the heal. Purging Flames isn't bad. You can go spend 5 points to get Purging Flames equipable. Oh, and we've got another event. But again, I don't see anyone else around, so now I feel guilty again. We're level 19 at 21. We get access to our first spec line. So I've been saving up points for that, so I can go deep into the first spec line before I start spending my points all willy-nilly. Nobody wants to see points getting spent willy-nilly. That was not what I had intended. And last night, I did manage to get to finishing off the first one. Char starting now.
I feel
Strong. Another heart complete. Did I not? I did not. Okay, that explains things. Grab the Vista. And what do we got? Shiny red apples. Kick the apple tree. Pick up the red apples. Also, disturbingly, where'd he go? Where is he? Where's the NPC?
Nice to see you.
It is him, okay. He hasn't moved to his normal locale yet. Troublingly, if you whack the spiders, they also drop shiny red apples. Why they're carrying apples in the first place? Well, I guess that's really no more disturbing than why they carry swords and armor that they give up to us when we kill them. The apples is a little disturbing.
Hit the
no?
trees and make them shake. How else are you gonna get the apples down? Oh, and watch out for spiders.
That. A gifted sub. Thank you very, very much.
Nice to see you.
I'll go with Yogi because I can make sure that the Yogi is part of the name. The cracked or possibly corked, I'm not sure. Regardless, thank you very, very much for the gifted sub, and Major Kix will be, well, I don't want to say delighted. He will be tickled, and it will give me a reason. Oh, spider snacks. Exactly, they're delicious if you happen to like spiders.
it's easy when you
I'm not a big guy on spiders. I don't, actively dislike spiders.
Hit the trees and make
Except
them shake.
like if they show up in the
How else
middle
are
of
you
the
gonna
night.
get the
I'll take what
apples
you
down?
have, but we're
Oh,
almost
and
out
watch
of
out for
time.
spiders.
Welcome.
If I turn on the line, the light in the bathroom. So again, thank you very, very much for the gifted sub. And it will give me something to harass Major Kix about. So that's a plus for me.
I feel
Strong. 20. And I've completed 5 of 5 events. We got 2 of the Tier 2. Advancement achieves done. $14 to go. Although I don't think we need all 14 for to get the big bonus and move on to Tier 3.
I can't bear the thought of selling the farm.
But it is a big speed upper. Speeder upper?
Without you running things, it'd be a serious pie.
Speedifier for the leveling process now. As the achieves in those series of achievements give out really significant chunks of XP. Daggers can't use. Chain gear, not as good as what I'm wearing. Chain, not as good as what I'm wearing. Chain, better than what I'm wearing. Boots, can't wear.
Best time to pick an
Focus,
apple right before it falls.
theoretically
Too
can
soon and
use.
it's tart.
Ring, we can wear that.
I hate bruised apples, but I don't mind the tart ones.
But also, it's a new item of attire. And as is tradition, new dies, randomly assigned. Even though I'm really liking this current layout of shadow orange, because the black there is actually orange. You can actually see a little bit of the orange there. Grave and black. We're going to go random, and I'm going to bet it's not quite as sort of unified looking. Yeah, it's more along the lines of what you expect when you do random. Maroon, stem, and enameled crimson.
That's how it's done.
What a maroon. And that was worth 1/3 of a level. Applying that die was worth 1/3 of a level because it's one of the Tier 2 advancements to teach players who are new to the game a lot of the game mechanics. And that was worth another 1/3 of a level or more. Level 21. This means we now have access to our first spec line. And I can't remember which one has the Great Sword. Virtues? Stability, Virtues. Virtues is good. I know Virtues is good. I don't remember if Virtues gets the Great Sword buff or not. I don't think it does. Zeal? Symbols. Spirit weapons. Spirit weapons are good, but right now I have more than sufficient amount of goodness from them. This is it. The Zealous Blade. Greatsword skills have reduced recharge. We have 28 points here. We'll spend up to that 28 or until we run out of points. That did get us to Zealous Blade, so we're going to equip Zeal. Zealot's Resolution. Cast a lesser symbol of resolution when you're struck below the health threshold of 75%. So I get a nice defensive buff when I'm hit below 75%. Aegis grants boons when it ends, resolution and fury. That's pretty good. I'm going to go with that one for now because I'll have much of the time I will have Aegis when I first leap into combat, and that'll give me fury for 4 seconds, increasing my crit chance. And then what we want here, of course, is the Zealous Blade. Additional power while wielding a greatsword, and your greatsword skills have reduced recharge. Excellent. That's what we wanted, and now we can go back to spending more points in various stuffs here that will be useful. Next up, the Bandit Cave. In addition to the Bandit Cave, I didn't hit that person in time, so this one has to die to make up for it. Like that. Oh, Cliff Bat. There is also a
I'll need to
vista
scout all of this.
in this cave. And we're going to pick up the stolen feed because we can return that to the heart NPC outside for extra progress on the heart itself.
Huh, you're kidding me, right?
Yes, I'm kidding you as I carve you into ribbons with my greatsword. Definitely, though, it's just a practical joke, bro. And we'll head over and grab the Vista.
Could use some help.
Another player running around in here. Revere Smaragdina.
Feel strong.
And I feel strong. Dances with Deimos was their title. That is a raid title.
Someone help me!
And we're both here for the same reason. I'm going to guess they're working either on single map completion or world map completion.
Leave me be!
As generally, that's the only two reasons that you're going to see a high-level character in here.
Get over here and help me!
Is they're either working on one of those two things. Either they're doing map completions for keys, like I'm doing right now, for keys and XP in my case, because I'm also leveling. Oops. Or they're working on a map completion, full map completion for the core game.
Greetings.
Another bag. 5 slots. That's an unexcitingly sized bag. But hey, you know, I'm asking you politely to not make fun of the size of my bag. Alright? Thank you.
Get over here, help me!
I appreciate it.
I'm going to...
There are a lot of players running around, which is nice to see. So either they're running around on new characters that are new players, or older players making new characters, or they're doing key farms. Usually you can tell the key farmers because they're mostly going to be out on a Monday, because that's when the week rolls over. As far as eligibility for the key goes. Grab that. Grab that. I know I'm grabby. What can I say? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, okay, we haven't missed anything that we've forgotten. The thing I'm most likely to forget if I'm working on a key farm and then map completion on this, or a map completion with a new character, is the Vista inside the cave, the bandit cave back there. That's the one I'm most likely to forget. There are, however, a couple of hearts which I am almost certainly going to complain about, because I complain about them every time because they're unfriendly. They are player unfriendly, or at least are unfriendly depending on the circumstances. You know, if there are a lot of people around, the crab catching heart, that one is miserable. If you catch an event, for some of them, they turn in from miserable to easy.
Kill them all. Right on my train.
Got him. But every map has that. Well, not every map has that issue. Most maps have the issue where they have a couple of hearts that are irretrievably bad. None of the ore maps have that problem because none of the ore maps have hearts. Stop running away. Oh my god. Big babies is what they are. And since my character's last name is Scritbane, I think we have to live up to that and start murdering some Scrit. Good evening to you. Welcome back.
Forsooth, you have met your match, dragon.
I'm not actually a dragon, but thank you for considering me one.
You
That's
betwixt me, you evil magpie.
I am, however, an evil magpie. That is true. Regrettably, I have to admit that I am an evil magpie. Scrit! And if you're walking around with the moniker Scritbane, you kind of have to live up to it. So, Scrit. Hello, Scrit. Meet Bane. Not the guy with the mask from Batman. Bane. The more general Bane.
I need some help.
And we'll kick over the Scrit shiny things because we are cultural imperialist running dogs. I meant to do something last night and forgot to do it. I'll try to remember to do it this evening, which is to get the weapons I want to end up using.
I feel
At least as the alternate with the greatsword. The swap weapons, either dual pistols or sword. Another heart complete. We're already 31% done with this map. I don't know if I need any more scout reports or not for the achieves.
This area supplies...
Doesn't look like it. Scrit cave support destroyed. Well, I've killed all the Scrit in there. You guys can go ahead, help yourself to the cave. Now, fortunately, having finished off the Scrit, that means I don't have to futz around with the wasps. Nature's assholes. So next up, boars. And, you know, hard to go wrong with bacon that delivers itself. Missed me. Noob. Nice to be able to absolutely pwn one of those things, because most of the time when I'm running around here doing this stuff, I'm on a key farm character, and so I'm at like level 9 or something. And taking on the veterans at a low level is an extremely iffy proposition. Fortunately, I'm no longer low level, although I am leveled down to level 10 for this. I have complained in the not-too-distant past about how much I dislike level scaling, but I always mention the two exceptions. Essentially, two games that were created with level scaling in mind. Guild Wars 2, and you can only level scale down. and the other is City of Heroes, where you can level up or down to a teammate for doing level appropriate content. In each case, the games were designed to support. I'll swap that out. To support level scaling, some implementation of level scaling. Sadly, what we see most of the time these days for level scaling is what was done in WoW and ESO. Now, ESO has generally been universally approved of by the player base. I'm just one who doesn't like that implementation. Whereas WoW has had so many problems over the years that it's pretty widely disliked. Not universally by any means, but widely. Whereas I don't know any of the ESO players who don't think it was an improvement. Personally, I found that it homogenizes the entire gameplay. Every zone feels like every other zone. And particularly egregious to my mind is that when you start your very first weapon, the stats on it are laughable. You start, it's like 10,000 of some number, and they couldn't even be bothered to swap out the leveling numbers. Yeah, just move them straight across. It'll be fine. It's not fine, guys. It's terrible. It looks terrible. You know, and you've got no idea. Oh, I go from 10,450 to 10,480. That looks really marginal, but with the scaling, maybe it's not. How am I supposed to know? So I'm generally not a fan. Mind you, that's not as bad as the various World of Warcraft things we've seen with level scaling, where they always, it's a perfect implementation of the law of unintended consequences. Always things break that they didn't think would break. But I understand why they do it. As it homogenizes the gameplay, it also adds a significant homogenization to what goes into building new content. It's a lot easier if for the entire game you're designing for, you know, a relatively flat curve of increased power as people get more skills and whatnot. So it simplifies the development. I think it also, the homogenization is has unpleasant after effects for the players. I think it's just not a great value. It doesn't feel like anyway. Come on, there we go. Captured him. So this is an example of one of those hearts I was talking about earlier that are absolutely dreadful if you're the only person around. Or, that are absolutely dreadful if there are a lot of people. This one's great if there's no one around. It's much, much faster. I misspoke. Pardon my misspeaking. I apologize for my misspoking. I mean, it's still not a great one. Let me be clear about that. It's still one of the more annoying. About the, you agree with what my screed about the homogenization of the gameplay through level scaling, or you agree that this one is really bad if there are a bunch of people around? Because I'm right in both cases. Let's be absolutely clear about that. I'm entirely right. See, there are a couple other players here, and they're killing the easy stuff. They're killing the scales. The brackish scales are the best way of racking up the points. Sometimes you want a power fantasy, even in MMO. Yeah, and that's another thing about it. Historically, the ability to go back to an area where there was a mob, or the whole gameplay, just the entire thing was a lot more difficult. And being godlike powerful, there are times when that is a completely understandable and appropriate response. And you want to have access to that. Now, for instance, in WoW, you don't get that anymore, with some exceptions. For instance, historically, I have always enjoyed going to the old raids and fighting my way through old raids solo and getting cool cosmetics. And they still at least somewhat support that, but not as easily and transparently as it used to be done, because they've implemented the scaling. Great big honking hammer. I've already got one of those. This one's better. And a not so great big one. Pardon the phrase. And that's not so great either. Yeah, having the option to go full-on power fantasy, I think, is something every game should offer. Your guilty pleasure is Black Desert. Allows you to trash hundreds of mobs with any class, at least in the early to mid-game. That's also one of the reasons that ARPGs are often popular. You know, you're buzzing through bajillions of mobs, wiping out entire packs with single button press. So, yeah, the power fantasy is a very real, awesome thing. And, I mean, we don't get it to the same degree in this game. But, you know, this character is only level 22. He's scaled down to 14, and I'm having no issue with these mobs. Now, generally speaking, the content in especially core Tyria is not especially difficult. But, you know, if you're going back to an old map with a capped character with good gear and a good build, it's gonna have the power fantasy in that you can challenge things you normally wouldn't be able to challenge while leveling. You'd be able to take on, I'd be leery of taking on a champion, but a good player can definitely take on champions. I mean, I'll take on elites, depending on the character and the build, maybe champs, but they usually have got some mechanic that I'm not familiar enough with that they nuke me out for most of my life in one pop. That was one of the things that they initially had as a basis for the way they worked combat in Star Wars The Old Republic, is they wanted that power fantasy to be available, which is why most of the time what you're fighting is groups of 3 weaker mobs. Where the game has been tuned so that you can, you know, force leap in and swing your lightsaber a couple of times and they all fall over. So, you know, the game was created with that experience in mind. To be able to, you know, if you're a badass Sith or Jedi, you want that fantasy, the class fantasy in particular. You're still going to get it with you know, a smuggler or a Republic, not soldier. Regardless, with any of the non-force classes, you're still going to get that similar effect.
More people should learn.
But you really, really want it available for the people who are playing the force classes, because that's what they're playing for. They want to feel like a badass. SWTOR is a great example too. Thank you. Certainly. You're welcome. Yeah, I agree that it is a really good example.
Don't judge a drink by its snout. Beat me and take home a prize.
Beat you and take home a prize. I'll take the hero point.
I can't believe it.
Got him. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of WoW lately. Well, not the last few days because they screwed up the Pandaria remix on the Alliance side, where there's a bug in the Jade Forest. But I've already got 3 characters in Pandaria remix up to level 70. It's the most I've played WoW you know, over a relatively short period in a long time. I normally come back for the expansions, but this looks like fun, and it has been fun. I've had a really good time with it. I didn't play the Plunder Storm because the mechanic I just didn't find very interesting. But I love that what they're doing in WoW with alternate rule set servers, where they're making, you know, fundamental changes to the way the game works, narrowing the game down, but sharpening the focus, whether it's the Fortnite-alike Battle Royale and Plunder Storm, or the remakes here where they're, you know, allowing the players to have the power fantasy we were just talking about. I've always been a PvE player. The most PvPing I think I've ever done in a game was in Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Raging insanity, lady.
For whatever reason, that inherently PvP is more of a competitive game mode, and I'm just not that competitive of a person. So it doesn't really scratch my itch, but I certainly understand the people for whom it does scratch the itch. I understand why players want the kind of challenges that they can only get, tactical, strategic challenges that they can only get from a real live human being. In my experience, that does happen in PvP, but as often as not, PvP resorts to ganking. Initially in WoW, for instance, I was on a PvP server. I was on Illidan. A number of my Star Wars Galaxies friends started on that server, so that's the server I started on. I got my highest character was in the 30s, I think, at the time, and I was leveling up an alt because I'm always leveling up alts. And he was a rogue, and I was in, I can't remember the name of the map. It's the map with Terran Mill. And I was running around on that map leveling up. And in under 5 minutes, I was ganked 3 times by 3 separate rogues, each of whom were 23 or more levels higher than me. And that was when I realized, yeah, PvP server's not my deal now. Had these been, you know, fair fights, I would have had a different opinion, but I was getting just ganked. Completely ganked. And the only thing I enjoyed about that was when they started ganking me. Yeah, when they started ganking me, I would do a slash yawn. I wouldn't even fight back. Wasn't worth the effort. So I'd just do the slash yawn to let them know, yeah, I don't care. I can't stop you. I'm not going to give you the pleasure of fighting back. Now, funny thing is I did a chunk. I don't think it wouldn't be fair to say a lot or even, you know, a reasonable amount. I played some in you know, the sort of structured PvP where it was what, 5-on-5, 6-on-6, I don't even remember. And I was doing it because I was that way too. I was running a level 29 twinked out rogue. And because I wasn't very good, it was the only class where I could do well in PvP. And I did well in PvP because I was playing a rogue, a twinked out rogue with really good gear. So yeah, like a lot of other MMO players, I'm unbeatable when I have a broken character. One more, 2 more. Oh, you shouldn't have gone, dude. You were better off before you came out here to burn. There's the heart. And so I then changed from Illidan to Cenarius. Started up new characters. I had another group of friends who was playing on that server, so that's why I chose Scenarios. Now, I'm talking about in the old original 20 days when there were the original 20 servers for WoW. So I don't know how long I even lasted on Illidan. Long enough to remember getting an email from someone asking me to change the name on my character, or delete my character, because there wasn't name changing, I don't think. To delete my character so he could have the name he wanted. By the way, my character was named Bile. The scout's dead. Well, I'll res him and then I'll talk to him.
Humans aren't the only...
For the Tamini!
I will commune with this place of power. I have communed with this place of power. That's a powerful place. Mounts aren't allowed there.
Your will be broke! Kill them all!
I won't be broken. How do I find streaming on YouTube? It has been much more successful than I expected it would be. What happened? The way I went about it is I've been streaming now just a little over 5 years. Just a couple of days ago, the first was my 5-year streaming anniversary. And I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I started uploading all of my streams to YouTube. And relatively quickly, I started getting what to me was a surprising number of people subbing on YouTube. And once Twitch gave the permission that you could stream on multiple platforms at the same time, I just took a few weeks for me to figure out how I was going to do it. And then I started streaming as well to YouTube. It has been more successful than I expected. Thank you, YouTube guys and or gals. So, I mean, right now I have like 680 followers on Twitch and something like 580 subs on YouTube, where I've been for maybe half the time. So, I missed. So I have been very pleasantly surprised by YouTube. Both the streaming and just from originally when I started uploading. Hard complete. Also, when I started uploading, I was mostly doing... I also actually was just doing some videos that I wasn't streaming. Just a couple to sort of see if I liked it or not. And I haven't done much of that since. I only did a few. Instead, streaming to both and then uploading just makes more sense to me. Happy to support fellow gamers. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But the fact that I think it's true for most streamers that they have a little bit or maybe a lot of imposter syndrome. If you're not familiar with imposter syndrome, it's you don't think you're as good at something as you really are. And so for the streamers, I think a lot of us have trouble believing people actually want to watch us, listen to us do our thing. So even the relatively small amount of praise of someone saying, hey, I enjoy your stuff, or getting, a follow or a sub, even if, they don't say anything, those little pats on the back, they really matter. To, at least, I assume most streamers, if not all. I mean, maybe the guys who've been doing it for years with thousands and thousands of people watching all the time, maybe it gets old. That's certainly possible. Maybe they take it for granted. That's human nature as well. But at this point, I certainly don't take it for granted. Thanks, guys. All of y'alls. The YouTubers, the Twitchers. Although Twitchers sounds like you have a physical disability. I went right over him again. This is one of those hearts in the game that's pretty freaking bad. And if there are a lot of people around, it's just terrible. I mean, I've already killed a bunch of stuff and I'm what? 15% done? It's just bad. Twitch arenas? I'll buy that. Oh, I need to hit it. I waited for Violet Dark Elf to show up. And they ran off. Yep, I'll turn away. I think they got a hit in. Violet Dark Elf, really? That's what you got for me? Violet Dark Elf. I mean, granted, you can't be too hard on at least most of the names in the game, given the fact that the namespace is shared. In other words, every character that's ever been created, millions of them, they all have to have a unique name. Now, granted, they've given us spaces and 19 characters to work with, so it's not entirely unmanageable. Oh, good. We've got another player there. Make sure I get a whack in. I turn away so he can get whacks in. No, he's decided perhaps he's not aware that every time you bust one of the portals, you get a little shadow critter. I'm going in here, help this player out, because I need this as well. So this is both self-serving and not at all self-serving. Bong. Hey, I'm Caraxus Scritbane. But sometimes you do run a little low. I mean, hell, I have a char named Muffy the Charzuka. I'm guessing that we must be getting close. Give me a second here. I need to check one. God, freaking bleepity bleep, brap, snap, flippity dip. I need to launch Blish HUD. If you're not familiar with Blish HUD, Blish HUD is an overlay, so you won't be able to see the functions because I am currently streaming the game window as opposed to the monitor window. But I will have access to, is it Alt-E? It is Alt-E. Karka Queen to Quaddle. The Shadow Behemoth is up in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to probably be hanging around here. That's why everyone is waiting here. The Shadow Behemoth is going to be coming out to play very shortly. And that is one of the Tier 2 objectives for the character advancement. Wow, I think he, unlike me, does not do the whack it once and turn away to make sure the other player gets a whack tactic. Of course, it's possible that they just accidentally murdered them without even trying to. A little shade. As I'm looking around to see if there's anyone else around, because I want to share the mobs, the various things that give progress towards the heart. Well, it depends. If he's doing it intentionally, that would be pretty whack. See, I whack it twice. I make sure that the other guy can get whacks on it too. And he gets progress on his heart, and I get progress on my heart. And everyone's happy. Well, not everyone. Never is everyone happy. We got 3 shades and a portal here. This is a dream come true. I will make sure that Lloyd Joseph gets whacks in at things. I'll hit it and I'll turn away. Alright, they've whacked it a couple times.
It's my own fault for making them so disposable.
It must be a necro. They're a necro. Yep. So he's waiting. I'll whack. I'll turn away. Make sure he gets a couple whacks in so that he gets the progress too. Yeah, it's open tagging, but if you kill him too fast, it's a problem that you can see in a lot of the open world events where somebody thinks that they're going to get more for being the guy who kills everything. That's not the case. And in fact, it can be a problem, particularly in the Halloween event. Anyone? Nope. The Halloween event where you're running around in the labyrinth and you want everyone to tag all the mobs because you get rewards then for all the mobs. Everyone's in there to kill the mobs and get XP and get the fat loot. Well, okay, the loot isn't fat, but it's plentiful. But, you know, a group of high-level characters who are running around intentionally trying to nuke everything is not what people are there for. Alright, we got this one done, finally. We ought to be getting close to the world boss. That is a 236. Not as good.
This is most remarkable.
A 216 trident. I don't have a trident anymore. 243, 174, and now we have a trident.
Affirmative.
I will show you what I am looking at that is on the overlay. Give me a sec. That's a lot of mentors. I'm going to first turn off the party. Or, no, all player names, as that is a little bit cleaner. So I hit Alt. Let me 1 second here. And we'll go. That should turn it black, and that should turn it all on. And here's what I'm looking at. When I hit Alt E. Sorry, when I hit Alt E, that is the event timer. And you can't see it very well, but right there it says Shadow Behemoth. Major kicks. Do you see the little presents you got? I am clearly an imposter. So that is the overlay and what it can look like for some of the game functions. All right, we are in the pre-event now. If you're not aware of it, Major Kicks, I believe you are now a subscriber. Like it or not. Yogi was kind enough to donate a sub, and you were the lucky winner? Possibly winner? Possibly lucky? Definitely winner.
But you don't know it yet.
Help. Vigor. Recover.
Whoops, that's not good. I'm almost dead. There we go. I'm fine now. I think I'll go for a walk.
I'll remember this.
Champion Flesh Reaver. You know, what a coincidence. I myself have been called that. All the purple tags, well, they'll do something all right. They'll slow my frame rate for sure.
Back in fighting condition.
You are all weaklings. Shut us still.
The end is here.
Dragon Basher completed. That's for killing a champion. Is he back yet? I think he's back.
Refreshing.
Whoops! Barely.
Concentrate.
I don't know. From what I've seen on Reddit a couple times in the last few weeks, there have been pictures of people showing basically the map for Shadow Behemoth with all of the tags. And so I'm thinking it may have absolutely nothing to do with any achievement, just that it's becoming a thing. I think this is the third one, or maybe I've gotten 3 already. Oh, don't step in the bad place. Bad touch, bad touch.
Calm before the storm.
Underworld portals have spawned. Why, yes, they have. I don't know. We can't go into these portals, so these aren't portals to the underworld. These are clearly portals from the underworld. I mean, that's just grammar.
Help me!
One more portal. Let's see if we can finish Mr. Handsome here off.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
I make a pretty good team.
Strong.
Chill to the bone!
Maybe not.
Kill them all.
Maybe so. And we did. Victory is ours. Our triumph is complete. Once again, the shadow must return to the shadows?
I feel
Strong.
strong.
Dragon Basher. Dragon Basher. Wow, I have not seen this before. It's like I want to look over here now to make sure that I'm not seeing it wrong. I've never seen that happen before.
That looks valuable.
Shit's confused, yo. Okay, that is legs. The legs are better than what I'm wearing. So the swap worked. I think the background on that is correct. This is a shield of force. I can equip this and then unequip it. And it stays in that particular state. Interesting. And this is the Crichton staff. It is weird. I have never seen this before. 275 hammer is what we already have. New shoulders. And a new scepter, I think. 219 to 250. Yep. We will deconstruct the things we cannot use.
Target destroyed.
Or that don't pass our muster of quality. Move this stuff downstairs. There are too many crafting materials I have sitting at 1,000, clearly. I believe there was a weekly for finishing off the Shadow Behemoth. Indeed, there was. Or complete events in Queensdale, so between the two of them, yeah. More points for me. What do we need here in the dailies? Get the dailies taken care of? No, we didn't get the dailies taken care of because they don't roll over until 7 minutes from now. So, in the map completion department, we are about 2/3 done. Yeah, it looks, it's not just blue. Man, that is a radiant, very nearly my favorite color of blue, which is ultramarine, not to be confused with the space marine ultramarines. Ultramarine as in the color of lapis lazuli. That kind of ultramarine. That's pretty close, yeah. I was wondering if this would show up like that. So we have 2 new items of attire. So that gives us 2 pops at seeing if we can improve the coloring on our outfit, which is right now pretty awful. That's not great. Electro Peach. Purple and Shadow Purple. Purple and Shadow Purple. That seems like a nice combo. The Peach, if it had a little more red in it, it could pass for copperish, but it doesn't. We're going to try another one. Yes, that's better, I think. We've got Arid, Olive Ice, and Scarlet. The Arid actually makes a pretty good looking sort of brass armor. So I'm perfectly fine with that one. Very nice. So, generally, this one can be a little
Hi, my
problematic. This is one of the hearts where actually having more people around is better, because you can pull on the grub tails, but each person can pull on them and get a grub. So as long as we work together, there's only one grub tail there, but we both yoinked it. So, not clear if he knows what I'm doing, so. Oh, we have the event. Is this, we don't get the Centaur event very often here. And that is, should give us very fast advancement once they start showing up. It's not an event I've done all that much, despite the number of times I have done the content on this map. So I'm not even sure where they... this is where they come from. Hi, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pull on the grub tail anyway. Because, hey, it's a disgruntled grub. I myself have been called that one in the past, too. I have to admit. This is one of those where finishing it out, the heart, can be pretty time consuming unless you get lucky with the event. And it doesn't happen very often that you get lucky with the event, but this will be very quick. Let me res Major somebody, I think? Okay, that other person ran off. The other character ran off. Historian Moritz. Oh, they appear to have aggravated one of the Moas. The historian's not very bright. And I object to that. As a one-time history major, I like to think I was reasonably bright. Where are the rest of them? You shall not steal the beer. I have priorities. They're at 38% morale. Oh, that hat's not as good as my current hat. I will not downgrade my hat.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
Granted, I'm keeping my current hat invisible because it's not that great a hat, and I'm such a handsome child.
We have one. Let us hope he's better than the swill the Harathi brew up in cold beer.
Thing is, I'm probably going... Oh, and we got 3 more coming. That's probably going to be enough for me to finish off the heart, and I'll probably move along, at which point they probably end up running away with all of the beer, even though they're mostly dead. I don't know, 18%, 14%, 9%. I'll hang around for the next wave and we'll finish off. Make sure we succeed at the event. We'll get a little bit more XP. And hey, look, guys.
We have one.
Pony
Let
Boys.
us hope he's better than the swill the Harathi brew up in cold beer.
I was victorious. Oh, hooves. That just seems a little bit much. I mean, sure, I've been fighting centaurs. Obviously, they have hooves. It just seems a little dark that I'm carving them off their dead bodies. Yeah, we must have hit 5. Where are we at on points? Points is. More sickness. Pointsies, pointsies, pointsies. Waypoint. Vista. POI. Let's see. All right. I didn't grab that. That was an unfortunate failure on my part. I feel shame because it was shameful. Rocket Beetle. Grab the waypoint that I missed earlier. Let go. And because we're a hero, we're here just in time to kill rats and tidy up the documents. If you're not a hero, don't even think about applying for this job. That might have been overkill for a rat. I don't want to say for sure. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Yep. One of the dailies is complete. Oh, logging in. That was a tough one. I'm exhausted. Death marker wolves.
Kill them all!
Right, that's a little dark. Ooh, a cut of quality red meat. Ascended food item. And 3 combo skills. I am combo-tastic. Perhaps even combo-rific. There's another POI in here somewhere, I do believe, if memory serves. And mind you, as you get older, memory doesn't serve as well as it used to, guys. Again, my suggestion, if you've never heard it before, is to simply stay young. You'll be glad you did. I think there's something there. POI. I'm wrong. I failed. But not completely. I was thinking up here, but it's there. That's the waypoint. I knew there was something in the area. I knew it. Now, this is another one where if there are a lot of people around, it sucks. But if the event is going on, it doesn't suck anywhere near as bad. Hey, Canucket. Thank you for feeding the hungry algorithm. Hope you're doing okay. Ooh. In this case, no shortage of the centaurs around. If this is held by the good guys and is not under attack by the centaurs, this heart is
Alert!
One of the less fun ones, let us say.
I feel strong.
Yeah, you tried that again the other night. It didn't work.
Alert! Kill them all.
Yeah, should be able to whack this. Destroying their weapons just makes them angrier. Oh, at some point there I dinged again to level 24. Oh, we'll equip that. Put those away. And a couple more centaurs. And or their gear. Yep, I expect that bashing up this weapon rack will finish off the heart. That's a heart and another one of the dailies taken care of for completing a renown heart. We are now going to be doing the most boring, uneventful heart, perhaps in the entire game. It's not challenging or time-consuming. It's just not very interesting. We'll grab the waypoint first.
Pick up a training sword if you want
Forget.
to train. Wouldn't want anyone
Pick up a rifle and get in formation.
Aim.
Remember, don't release your shot until the order is given.
Hold.
I got there in time.
Fire.
Yay! That's it.
Come on. That's way too
We are
slow.
1/9, I think.
Try attacking
bad at
me
all.
as I
He'll
lower
say
my
take
that.
aim, and then he'll say hold between
not enough
1
to
and
hit
3
the
times, and then he'll say
You
fire,
must learn to
and you let
hold
go on
until
the holding
commanded.
button. So
Take aim.
press the 1 button and hold it until he says fire. That's it.
Hold.
1 to 3 times he'll say hold. It's depressing.
Hold.
Chill. First one was 1.
Fire.
Melissa aid you.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
It's possible that the other two things you can do here,
Come
there's
on.
the
That's
sword
way too
training
slow.
and the
Try
shield
attacking
training.
me as I lower
Take
my-
aim. They're more interesting, but they also take longer. 'cause
It's not enough to
you
hit
can
the target.
miss.
You
Or
must
basically,
learn
you
to
can't
hold
miss with
until
this.
commanded.
Hold.
And you can get lucky and he'll say
Fire.
fire after 1 or 2 holds,
bad.
and you'll get it done in a
Not bad
relative
at all.
hurry.
Let's keep at it.
Pick up a rifle and get in
Exactly,
formation.
Major Kicks.
Remember, don't release your shot until the order is given.
Take
Come
aim.
on. That's way too slow.
Same bot, different
Try
name,
attacking
yesterday
me
or the
as
day
I
before.
lower my guard.
Hold.
That's how you block an attack. Again,
Hold.
Fortunately, I have URLs turned off.
Melissa aid you.
Fire.
You'll never block me like that. Try raising
Not
your
bad.
shield just as I
Not
launch
bad at
my
all.
attack.
Let's keep at it.
Because I don't trust the guys who want to be here.
It's
Take
not
aim.
enough
course
to
I
hit
wouldn't
the
trust me
target.
either.
You must learn to hold until commanded.
I'm holding. Shut up.
Hold.
That guy's name is Sergeant Soto.
Hold.
It was a clue all along.
Good.
Fire.
That's how you block.
Sergeant Secrets of the Obscure. How could we not see
bad at
this
all.
coming?
Let's keep at it.
Take aim.
Take aim.
Hold.
It's not enough to hit the target.
Hold.
You must learn to hold until commanded.
Show these
Hold.
whelps how it's done. Pick up a shield
Fire?
and get in there.
Fire.
Nobody
I,
runs
think he,
off with
I don't think he's given us a 3-hold yet, and now
Bad at
I've
all.
cursed
Don't
myself.
release your shot until the order is given.
Wouldn't want anyone getting hurt.
Good.
Take aim.
That's how you block an attack.
Take
Again.
aim.
Hold.
Come on. attacking me as I lower my guard.
Hold.
I cursed myself.
Fire.
No, no. We're still in the clear. 2 to go.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
Keep at it.
That rifle is property of the Seraph. You can't just walk off with it.
Can I run off with it?
Take aim.
I'm taking aim. And I'm going to hold.
Hold.
Oh, come on. That's way too slow. Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
Fire.
Good. That's how you block an
1 to
attack.
go.
Again.
They've all been 1 or 2
bad at
holds.
all.
We haven't gotten a 3
Let's
hold.
keep at it.
Nice to see you.
This could be a not quite record-setting, but a very low number, close to a minimum reasonable number of holds.
You'll never block me like that.
Now we'll hold.
Using your shield just as I launch my attack.
Hold.
Okay, tell us to fire. Don't spoil your record. Not with the last one.
Fire.
Dude's a hero.
I told you. My sister's family
bad
is
at
coming
all.
down from Shingle.
Let's keep at it.
Go there instead.
And risk getting robbed or worse? No, thank you.
Oh, come on. That's way too
Game.
slow.
All right.
Try attacking me as I lower my guard.
Try raising your shield just as
We are now 90% done. So, and we have got a vista over here, a waypoint, a POI, and another hero point. Frankly, I'm not even good at taking the order to sit, as I'm an old man, and to me that translates as lay down. Hold, play dead, yeah. Like I said, it is the most boring part, perhaps, in the entire game. Alright, now we're going in here. I believe it's Ert and Bert. The two-headed Etten. Veteran Ert and Bert.
Your family.
I take some of the sludge, and I just bail. That's the hero point. As soon as I eat the sludge, which doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but I've got a POI. We'll. Whoop. There's the hero point. 97% chance. We have a POI here, and I missed something somewhere. Oh, no, not missed. It's right over here. 2 hero points. I'd forgotten about the second hero point that's over here. Why am I unable to mount? Why am I unable to mount? This is the last thing. I'm up for the challenge.
Get over here and help!
Alright, I killed his 2 flunkies.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Franklin Quickblade, that's the heart complete. Or the hero point complete and the map complete, I should say. Having now finished the human starting map, we're off for Nornville. We'll open our box and see if we get lucky and get a key. We will sell the hooves that we took from the centaurs. That's not a little morbid. Drum roll, please. Can we get a key? I deserve a key.
Our
I deserve a
deeds
key.
are reflected in the
I
dream.
got a key. I can't use the harpoon gun. I can't wear that. But I have a key.
Threshold achieved.
May Duena bless you.
I will grab a black lion chest. Only one.
I'm rich, you know.
I have now used the bank That gave me some XP as well. And here's the shining box. I am guaranteed to get a Black Lion statuette, a Nashblade Dragon Coffer, 2 commons. Good commons are the unlocks. The crafting mats can be very useful. The die packs, if I get very lucky, I have a 10% chance to also get an uncommon or better. The current set in the uncommon are the Shimmering Auroras, which are a very nice looking set indeed. I have, I think, 4 of them. And they look pretty cool. They all are this bluish, purplish, aqua-ish, swirling colors. They're one of the coolest, and I imagine they are actually selling for a good bit. I will check really quickly because I'm curious.
Act with wisdom.
Buy. Skins. Shimmer. The cheapest is 17 gold, and the most expensive 87 gold. Now, those are uncommons. The rares are the Snow Garden, and I'm not sure. I'd be surprised if they're worth anywhere near as much, because I just don't think they're that good looking a set. But that might just be me. 17 to 35, so about comparable. To me, they're a much more limited set. That they don't have a cool look unless you want your weapon to look like it's coming from a snow garden and it's snowing and stuff. There's also the flowing scaled cape, which is pretty good looking. And then the super rares, which I'll never get. We'll get a common here, we'll get a common here. What we're looking for is a 5th box to appear, and that'll mean we got an uncommon or better. And drum roll, please. Just commons. And bad ones. I have over 1,000 transmutation charges, so they're meaningless. I have something like 300 total teleport to friends. 400 teleport to friends or more. Not that helpful. We'll put that away, and we'll see what we nab out of the Nashblade Dragon Coffer. Basically, that's one item that can sell for a gold up to, I think, 5 gold. 1 gold. Yeah, 5 gold at the top end. Some miscellaneous of the festival stuff. Some relatively cheap festival stuff. Some mixed value festival stuff. And then the super rares, which again, yeah, that won't happen.
You can never have too much treasure.
I got the 1 gold 50 item, a nice piece of amberite, and then a couple of the consumables that are level 80 and I can't use.
Good to meet you.
Hello, and Haru? I hope you're doing well. At least up till now. I cannot guarantee your night will continue to go well if it's going well so far. After all, you're here. Alright, next up, we're off to the Norn starting map. Assuming I don't take a wrong turn. Spoiler, that was a wrong turn.
We should look.
Can I come in from the back side? I don't know. I have a doubt. Doing alright. I had to reinstall ARC drivers because the screen was flickering for whatever reason. Is it working better now? That's the most important thing. There was a time, one of their big advantages that Intel had was their driver. But for years now, at least for the GPU side, NVIDIA's had the better driver driver writers. Have to see when you turn on. This is just a certified first gen
Everything's running
moment.
like
Yeah,
clockwork.
As expected.
Things break. Oh, that's right. Nornville. We're off for lovely and scenic Nornville. Spoiler, it's not called Nornville.
Dad says she hasn't found
Ready for Summer Games Fest tomorrow. Very nice. Here in Guild Wars 2, we are currently having the Dragon Fest. You can see why it's called Dragon Fest, because there's an enormous hologram dragon flying around, even though we have pretty much ended the Elder Dragon threat in the world. I'll be doing the festival stuff on another character. See, so you were part of the test subjects for the Intel GPU. Yeah. I'm going to very, very slightly dox myself. If there's no traffic, I live about 4 or 5 minutes away from Intel's headquarters. Everyone is now furiously leaping to Google Maps to try and figure out where he lives. I expect Major Kicks is going to show up on my door next week.
Good hunting.
Spirit fight. I'm German.
It's a pretty big radius, especially when I said no traffic. Yeah, understandable. Let's see, in about another 3 to 5 minutes would get me to, along the same road, would get me to NVIDIA headquarters. And walking across the street would get me to one of the Cisco buildings in their main campus. I've narrowed things down. Decided on art because it was priced nice and wanted to get something new. I can completely understand. There is a price with the any of the bleeding edge technology stuff. Well, it depends what you mean by the epicenter. I'm in Silicon Valley, and you can't. The phrase I use about good Mexican restaurants, good taquerias, is you can't swing a dead gato without hitting a good taqueria. In Silicon Valley, you really can't swing a dead gato without hitting some major corporation. I mean, it's not impossible that I used to work here. It's my name tag. One of them. Really, you know, I understand why in much of the country Chipotle is just absolutely adored. It's a perfectly reasonable mission-style burrito. But around here, I mean, there'll be a dozen better taquerias within a 3-block radius of any Chipotle. A gigantic plate of nachos required? Yeah. I gotta say, that's completely white guy Mexican food, and it's delicious. Ah, very nice, Major Kicks. That's exactly correct. I realized, without intending to, my character I chose randomly from the char to have the character randomly generated. I made some minor tuning to the hair coloring. But who does he look like? He's got the same eyes that Tybalt had. Yeah, they're definitely white guy Mexican food. I love them. But it's, you know, It's not like I'm having lengua or chorizo. Now, yeah, I referred to Chipotle as the mission style. Are the riddles? The riddles are up. Hold on. Cultivate me, I'll grow. That's the legend. Isn't only slightly better than the card. At least the last time you looked. Performance prior patch works they did. Inventor of nachos is a fine human being. Yes, there are I think debates about who actually invented it. The mission burrito, never fought alone, loyalty, was invented in San Francisco. Basically the really big burrito stuffed with all kinds of stuff, that is an invention out of San Francisco. It's Mission, I don't remember if it's Mission, I think it's Mission because of the name of the restaurant that had them first, but it might be the Mission District in San Francisco. I'm beautiful in the winter sun, that's ice. They died as a business like in 2012. Now, I too want Mexican food. I believe Mission Tortilla. I think I have some in the fridge right now. You can catch me, but if you stand still. Breath. Yay. Mission Tortillas. I'm not sure if they are. Mission is a very common name in a lot of California, but particularly any part of California that had one of the original Spanish missions in it. So that would be San Jose and San Francisco as examples. The burrito where the guy was like, I have all these random ingredients, let's throw it all on a tortilla. That's essentially with a big tortilla. You know, and so the classic would be rice, beans, protein of some sort, and then with with salsa, and then the options of everything from sour cream to guac. The burrito is authentic Mexican food. It's just the mission style was invented in San Francisco. Leave this poor fellow alone, you dirty, rotten skelks. Although I'll note, I am not Skelkbane. Yeah, we finished it. Okay, good. I am Scritbane, not Skelkbane. I'm a big fan. I can remember the first time I had him wasn't in San Francisco. It's in a dive place in Hayward. And it was, you'd get one of these pillow-sized burritos and a can of Foster's for like $5. I'm old, by the way. Have I covered that? I think I've covered that. I tell you, the big-ass burritos are just a great invention. One-hand food. We love one-hand food. So that we can mouse. So that we can surf, you know?
Now this is interesting.
Now this is interesting. Or how big the burrito is. I have a couple of times had Mission burritos that were a little bit bigger than I was comfortable eating with one hand. I'm not sure I've seen the Burger King commercial, so I can't specifically answer it. Oh, got him. Guy has tiny hands. Oh, Can't imagine who they might be referring to. Come on. And there he is. And now I can whack him. And drop. And whack. Sometimes you just gotta whack a man. Wait, that sounded wrong. Let's pretend I didn't say that. One more bear trap. And another heart complete. And not that one, that one. As we got a hero point.
I pray to the spirits, but they rarely answer. Bear approves of you. I can feel her little tail wagging in my heart.
She can feel Bear's tail wagging in her heart. Don't mind the poor quality of what? The 3 asterisks? Those are 3 quality asterisks. I'm assuming that's a pointer to the video for the commercial. Let me check on something. I was just curious if that showed up as with an approve message or not. It doesn't. So I would have to redo a bunch of stuff to allow URLs. I simply don't trust the internet, so. I have been on the internet since 1987, by the way.
Strong.
We steal the sacks of food from the cave.
Smash them! Avenge me.
Just too many bad people doing bad things on the internet. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I've had, enough people come in and try and stir stuff up that I would continue to be leery about it. Certainly, I would have no objection to you. I'm not sure if there's a whitelisting ability in the application or not. I'm stealing the food sacks that I believe they have previously stolen. Oh, I finished the heart? I did finish the heart. And out we go. Yes, well, big streamers like me, we have to worry about people putting links in. You know how that works. It's when you're famous like me.
Dismissed.
Oh, that's what was affecting me.
Want to fight God? Well, a Grawl God, but still.
Stupid jerk. I don't need those anymore. Put those away. I will look into that. I certainly would be willing to make you a VIP. It would hurt my soul a little, but, you know, sacrifices have to be made.
Smash them!
Well, Twitch, their technical acumen is not especially high. Let me put it that way. I'll be generous to them. Their application has occasional issues. The only bad part about VIPs, you can only have up to 10 apps. Well, that would be fine for me. I actually am in an unusual state. I actually have 10 viewers right now. Hi, guys. Over the course of my 5+ years, well, it's plus now for like 5 days, I've averaged 6 viewers. That's pretty generous, I would say. Most of the time it's probably closer to 5. That was not a complaint, by the way. I know Taja had, at one point, if you had, I think, 100,000 points saved up, it should make you a VIP, because I'm a VIP on her stream, although I don't think I'm particularly a very important person on her stream. I watch pretty frequently. Chat, that kind of thing. But I wouldn't say I would qualify as a VIP. That was nice, a threefer. More Sons of Svanir. I think I have like a weekly for Sons of Svanir killing. Well, wrong button. Right button. Yeah. They're dead, Jim. And I'm going in because there's a PoE in here. Although killing these two will give me the heart, I still will just fly in and grab the PoE. And then there is a Vista in the mines. Haha, missed me. Well, I mean, you hit me a couple of times, but you didn't hit me sufficiently to unmount me or dismount me. And now we grab this before we head in to the mine. They call it a mine. All the way in back. Stop. Please, ArenaNet, I will continue my entreaties. I beg, I plead, I supplicate myself. What you did by adding the F key while mounted to disable the ley line writing, if you could add 2 more buttons, one for wall clinging and one for updrafts, the mount would be perfect. It would be perfect. Please. I missed. The one in the corner on the outside. I'm just strafing them from above, putting fire upon their heads and the rest of their bits. Next up, Snow Leopard, which has one of the cutest mechanics in the game. Especially if you're the only one around and no one else has done it recently, and it looks like we're in the clear. And that is to play with the Snow Leopard cubs, as they give you a whole bunch of progress for the heart, but they
always act swiftly and with
have a
purpose.
cooldown period that is not character specific. So the cooldown applies to everyone in the area. So if no one has petted them, played with them in a couple of minutes, you get half the bar done in almost no time at all. I will snarl at the bush. That's a suspicious bush. I'll snarl at the bush and then kill a wabbit. I've got to res the Snow Leopard. Be free, cat friend. I did forget to turn player names back on.
Time for a promotion.
Time for a promotion. We got another blue item. Oh, okay. That was a snap and a crackle and a pop. Back Krispies.
That's how I do it.
That was another level for me, level 26. That one opens up at 31. I thought so. Let's see. Signets, consecration, shout, let it all out. Crackle Pop is a very good description for much of my body, sadly.
I feel strong.
All right, I think we've gotten... Well, not quite. We have a waypoint over here we didn't grab. About to say, I think we've got everything. Nope. I would be a filthy liar if I were to say that. Oh, pardon the yawn. Old man is old. Right, we already grabbed the Issermir hero point. It was the first thing we did when we got in the map. Used to play WoW together with your grandpa. Now you're making me feel old. Wait, I am old. I am certainly of an age to be somebody's grandpa. Of course, I would have to have been very, very young to have a grandchild. I would have had to have been really, really young. A voice for it? I don't know. I mean, I am good at it because I had 3 years of competitive public speaking in college. And so being able to carry on a flow of conversation, even if it's just me, is something I am fortunate to have a knack for. But the voice, I can't judge. Like most people, I hear my own voice and I go, ugh. Because that's not the voice we hear in our literal heads. You know, I've had people ask, for advice on streaming. Why me? I don't know. But one of my things of advice is to self-narrate when you're playing games by yourself. Because it's a skill you have to learn. Because a lot of the time there's not going to be any chat going on. And if someone logs into your stream and they're watching and 5 minutes they don't hear a word spoken, the odds of them staying is going to be really small. Family and friends make an enormous difference in gaming. There are a lot of games where someone will be talking about a game and they say, "Oh my god, and it's so much fun with friends." A recent example would be Helldivers 2.
Good hunting.
I didn't get that one. Why? What the hell happened?
This day just keeps getting worse.
Where would the game have had any success if it wasn't for the multiplayer part? I can't say. But where it had its success is in large part due to the multiplayer playing with friends thing. So yeah, if you can get a game that has at least decent gameplay and good multiplayer components, if you can get a decent enough size audience to start with, you're 90% to a successful game right there. It is incredibly cheesy with mounts. That is 1000% correct. And I am pleased to cheese this one, because this one is so annoying otherwise. Now, in this particular case, I didn't even realize that the NPC that's walking back and forth wasn't a player. Or I'd have been grabbing the ones that were closer to Bjarni here.
Traveler.
I could always do it, but it was one of those that just takes way, way, way longer than it should. I have said a lot in the recent past when doing key farms and the like. It was definitely easier with more people, yeah. That there are a lot of these old core hearts that I would love to see them come back to and just change the weighting on the things. For instance, it's 6 or 7 turn-ins to Bjarni, so that's like 16 to 15, 14 to 16 percent completion for each one,
Kill them all.
Why not turn that up to 20% for each one to make it a little bit easier? Because some of these hearts are really just feel punitive under certain circumstances. And that's one of them for sure. And these bears are giving very little progress as well, I will notice.
crawl.
Yeah, I mean, the bears are just not anything at all. It's much better to just grab snowballs and huck them at the kids.
That had to hurt.
All right, bears taken care of. Not sure, the kids may vanish. Yeah, the kids do vanish when when it's the running of the bears. But, you know, just point blanking the kids right in the face. Hey, catch. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Here, maybe a little ice will remove the pain. A little bit more. It's possible you don't want me to babysit your kids. I'm just saying.
This is a bad time to be traveling.
Come down from Mount Blabbermouth.
Right in the face. Oh, back of the head.
What's been in that cave for over?
One day, I'm going to build my own water.
Heart complete.
Great, you name it. What about a great
Biggest draw for you, the MMO, was that the quests, different fully fetched quests with more radius fetch quests. Yeah, it is still basically an implementation of more or less kind of the standard stuff, right? But it doesn't feel like the standard quest. There aren't that many kill 10 rats. They do exist. New chest piece. New dies. All right, here we go. Here's the dies. Kind of liked the Arid. I thought Arid made a pretty good metallic look on the chainmail there, or the scale mail. But random is random, and that's not terrible. Midnight Teal, Lime, and Golden Lion. The lime doesn't really go, but the other two colors work. Midnight Teal looks like sort of a blued steel. Yeah, that works. That can't go in there. Acquired level 20. 14. Curse you. 11. 20, he's already got one. Yeah, we don't have anything that's fit for it yet.
Threshold achieved.
Curses. Foiled again. Yep, still a lot of kill and get X items in return, but most of them you can do these random things and still complete it. Yeah. The only issue I have with it regularly when I'm playing in a map I haven't played in a while is the ones where they don't actually, you know, how events have, they make the little oval area to show you where the event can be completed. I wish there was something similar for hearts, because a lot of times you're not sure exactly where you're supposed to be, and you move just a little bit out of the area and you kill something and you get no credit for it, or maybe you spend a couple minutes killing things and you don't realize you've moved out of the area. But generally, yeah, I agree. It feels different enough that it makes it feel fresh. A lot fresher than most of the stuff you have to do in a lot of the other MMOs. In particular, the I need you to get me 10 wolf butts, but only 1 in 3 wolves actually have butts.
Kill them all.
Oh. Pulled one of them. Oh.
Maybe you're strong enough.
Maybe I am strong enough. Caveman, can't read how to complete quests. You prefer to bash till it completes? Yeah. Yeah, that works most of the time. Most of the time. It certainly is a bonus when you're doing a heart and an event spawns that gives you progress towards the heart you're working on. It just feels so good to double dip like that. And now, loose ore. Let me see. I think loose ore goes to Cockifine back here. And he gives 5 stones for that. Yep. And the other one is the ones that come out of the rabbit holes. And the other guy gives 5 stones for those. You can tell I've done this stuff a lot. Trug gives 5 stones for this. The loose ore, Cockifine. The rocks from the rabbit holes, Trug. First time you did that, because I was like, how the heck do I even get this bartering thing? Yeah, oh yeah. I've just done it so many times that I figured it out. I'm still not even sure as to how much percentages. I'm not sure if those 20 stones I've got is enough. I don't think it is, but it'll take me close. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, there are a few where one of the things that bug me is when you're in a heart and you get it has some item, but you don't take that item to the heart vendor. You have to give it to a different NPC, and it's not labeled. So you've got to, read the quest and see if it says on the quest or the quest item who you're supposed to take it to, and that's not always the case, even then. Didn't get the waypoint. And now the hero point. Splish, splish, splash. There's not 4 Norn. There's 3 Norn in the bath, dude. There's you, Saldus Razor Tongue, and Laki the Lovely. And me, I'm not a Norn.
Water washes the surface. Rattle alone can cleanse your insides.
Attention, Dragon Bashers. The annual hologram stampede begins now.
The Dragon
Activate the holo device and defeat your opponents.
Okay. I have to do that, obviously. I have no choice in the matter. They told me to. Over the intercom. I can't say no to that. I'm just following everyone else because I'm a sheep. Where are we going? Where are we going, guys? Guys, hey guys, I'm following you. Where are we going? Guys?
Destroy all holograms.
I'd love to, but... here we are. I have to murder holograms, guys. It's a moral imperative. Possibly an immoral imperative. It's not entirely clear. Event successful. Next up, there's one to the south. Whee! Oops, it's gone. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I just didn't know my own strength.
Kill them all.
Frankly, if the best they can offer is a veteran, I'm not sure that's really all that challenging. Where have we got next ones? Due east. There we are.
You lose.
Ow!
The final fight commences now.
Okay. Something's supposed to spawn here.
Kill them all.
We have to kill them all.
Sharper still.
Buster. Refreshing.
Ow.
Your mind will be
This
free.
guy is tough. The others have been pretty weedy. But we've got
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
bajillions of Condis on him. And he's not dead yet. There we go. That was successful. Victory was ours. Oh, we've got another. Oh, come on. I'm not in combat. I guess it takes a lot of balls to beat these guys. It's balls because we're all using roll.
What an excellent display of combat. Happy dragon bashing, everyone.
We bashed the drag out of them. Yeah, I got nothing. Alright, let's see what we got. Box. 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 We got boxes. Pants I can't wear.
This is most remarkable.
Let's see. Where were we? We had finished this heart off. But we need to do this heart. The right answer, if it's around, is to hit all these assholes. And all of their stuff. And now it's you guys' turn. The roadblock is always a good one to take out. Although that was not an especially adept and useful leap into combat.
I feel
Strong. Leap. I don't think this is enough. The next roadblock will be enough. Hi, guys.
kill them all.
There we go. Now we'll go in here.
You continue to live in fear, in open defiance of a greater being. But I ask
I live in open defiance of a greater being. At least I think I was being. It might have been I live in defiance of a greater being. In which case, probably like a great white northern being. Maybe a garbanzo. Take that. We have more hero pointies. We gotta open all these up. I am encumbered. Use those, put that away. We're going to sell those, deconstruct.
Affirmative.
And that. 2 champion bags. We got our identified gear boxes. One of the disadvantages. Oh, a bow. Yeah. The longbow. Dragon Hunter weapon. Definitely. Sell the junk again. It'll take me a second to go through all this junk.
Remarkable.
Bear with me, please. Seriously? Random drop Charzuka? You've never seen the Charzuka? It's a big gun. This is why I have a Char character named Muffy the Charzuka. But I am going to send that to the alt account because I don't know if they have the skin unlocked or not.
That looks valuable.
Does it? Does it really look valuable? Doesn't look all that valuable to me. Sell the junk. Sell that. Sell that. Can't even sell those? Throw that away. Okay. Dragon Bash Prize Coffer is just another champion box. Sell that. Why is that not showing up? I guess I didn't refresh. Sell the Kralka chocolate bar. Seriously, Kralka chocolate. There, the growth tonic. I'm now huge. My character is now huge. I've been huge. Always. Yeah. Always been huge.
Hello, stranger.
Alright, we need to break down some of these. Doesn't last for very long.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
Can't use that. These are all level 80 stuff.
Begin destruction protocol.
Can't use. Alright, put everything away, and we finally have our inventory back again. Yay, there was much rejoicing. Yep, they're trying again. That's the second time tonight. URL's blocked. You might as well remove me from your list. All right. We now continue with where we were before we did the event stuff. I don't even know what the dailies are today for the festival. We didn't finish any of them. We did bits and pieces of most of them, but we didn't finish a single one. Feel free to insert your sad trombone sound here. Uh-huh. Yeah. Which event is this? Grawl Shamans killed 1 out of 4. Well, okay. I clearly got to kill a Grawl Shaman. Well, I'll just kill them all.
My spirit endures.
His spirit endures, and that's nice for him, you know. He's probably had a rough go of it, so a little enduring spirit, you know. Small price to pay. The map is empty. We'll move to another map. The tattered armor. We'll pick up a couple of those. Deliver those to the little kid. Here's some armor for you.
My Snow Norn army needs armor. These scraps for me. Can anyone help me?
I'm sure someone could help you, but you've got all the help you're going to get from me, kid. So suck it up, punk. That's all you get. We've got a waypoint over here. And a hero point. And maybe a POI over here. Yep, hero point and POI.
Kill them all.
Missed me.
I feel
Strong. Another player or two has hopped in. Stop running away. We'll whack away at these corrupted bits of ice. Another heart complete. We are 68% done with the map. All right, and now we'll have the always interesting discussion as to whether the appropriate mechanic is functioning anymore. And this is one that breaks pretty regularly, where it'll break and they'll fix it. And a couple patches later, it'll break again. There's still more worms coming, so I'm going to finish off the worms, and then we'll see. Theoretically, if I stand here... Oh, evidently that's not available when the worm event's going on. Okay, makes sense. I'm the only one here killing worms.
You won't believe it. Come on!
Killed 100 boars.
They use fire till their ones kill fire. Ha! See ya!
Worms remaining about a third. mind you, still not very close to finishing off the heart. Where the barrel icon is, right there, sort of center of screen, is the simplest mechanic for getting this done when it's working, in that you stand there and a circle will appear, you run to the circle, and you move just slightly outside of the circle towards the guy who's throwing things, which is that little ice area, also currently center of screen, and you'll catch that.
Getting those eggs was a good idea, Aldous?
And
someone tell me the ale is safe.
Kevich, I'm sorry. I swear
then
to
you
the
just
spirits that
turn
I
the
will
keg
make
over
this
to
up
the
you.
heart vendor, I think.
Joking, friend? That was a grand
So
fight.
I'll wave to the vendor.
We'll be talking
He's going to
about it.
throw a keg,
Which reminds me, a flag of the bean.
and we need to be a little bit in front of it, and it's broken again. It's no longer working. You would think that you have to stand in the circle, but that's never worked. You need to stand a little bit in front of the circle, and you can see that that's not working. We'll try one more. And I would say 90% of the time this mechanic isn't working. They fix it, and then next time it just breaks again, like the next patch. I have no idea what the hell the problem is. And evidently, they kind of know what the problem is. Maybe they accidentally fix it every once in a while.
Kill them all.
It's really frustrating, though. Because every time it's fixed, I think, okay, they've got it fixed again. But no, they don't. For a couple weeks, it'll be fixed. Maybe a couple of months, and then it breaks again. And as far as I can tell, it's never actually functioned right. Because I would assume where you're really supposed to be standing is inside that circle, not in front of it. But that's never worked. Not even once that I can remember.
Kill them all.
I'm under here for the progress, but also because I need the... I can handle the worm ale. Why, that was delicious. Here's your keg, sir.
I've got the greatest job in the world.
Wait, dude, I'm trying to... There it is. Jeez. Couple more worms. Need to die. Yeah, I mean, we're way away from that area, but we're still in the heart area. We're still getting credit for those. No, we did not actually get credit for that one. So at least the worm event at the door made that one relatively quick. But the fact that it's busted again is just annoying. The trident of 216. 238 is a larger value than 216. That is a bow, not as good as the one I currently have, and that is a 284 scepter, which is what I've got.
This is most remarkable.
It's not remarkable, sadly. And we've got a waypoint over here, 74%. So I think for the evening, I'm going to finish out this map. And then tomorrow, probably move on to, maybe Brisbane Wildlands. kill the mama Doliac, and then you capture the baby Doliacs. It's sad, but you know, the circle of life, sort of. There we go. 3 down, so another mom's got to die, and then like 2 more of the calves have to be caught so that they can be used for commercial exploitation. Complete. Sorry. Skelk showed up. You guys are out of luck. I got things to do. Places to go. I do not want to continue to Kragstead, thank you. We are at 78% complete. Next up is the Spider Cave. Spider Cave. Commune with this place of power. Ancient cave spring. (81% done with the map. 27 levels in 2 days. Probably hit 28. Should hit 28, possibly 29, but probably not. Not bad for about 4.5 hours work right now. It'll slow down. There's the critter up. Is it the big bossy dude?
I chose you.
It is.
Strong. That's
I arrived, only got a silver, but hey.
We've earned ourselves a few pints of ale, maybe even a whole keg.
This person's headed over for the hero point, I expect. I will wait for them to get here. This guy doesn't look like he's going to wait. He's not. %85 done with the map. And another level, that's the 29. 28, sorry. Strawberry Ghost, my favorite. Om nom nom nom. A pistol, excellent. I would like a second one of those. These will all be labeled 80-ish.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
The Trident is significantly better than what I'm currently using.
It's easy when you know how.
I am an agent of entropy. So, I have deconstructed, salvaged 68,600 items on this account. 68,600 items. Exactly. That is this heart, right? So now we need to kill, even though we killed the big ugly bossy thing, that wasn't worth much progress for the heart. Even though it was a big ugly bossy thing. carrots. And the dandelion blossom, which is an instant throwaway. Oh, more Sons of Svan here. They gotta go.
Kill them all!
Gotta finish the heart somehow. Mostly it's murdering. It's fine though, because one, they're evil, and two, I've got a quest. One of my weekly quests. Where are we at in that? We're up to 73 out of 100 void enemies or Sons of Svanir. This would be the Sons of Svanir. Fly! And then land right at him and miss. More Sons of Svanir.
That had to hurt.
Oh. Well, we got a couple, 2 or 3 down there. Might be enough, probably not quite. No, definitely not quite. I think these elementals also count. They do. Don't think the Minotaurs do. Let's find out. No, they don't. Sorry, Minotaur. It was just a test, okay? It was just a prank, bro. I don't want to fight a veteran. Too clanky. Settle for a couple of little beanie fellows. Yeah, this should do it. And it did. 88% done with the map now. We have a waypoint over here. Ought to get us to about 90. %. And the Sons of Svanir that you can get around this area. Best usage of your time for efficiency's sake. We'll res Galice here. As his friends over there, the Lion Guard, aren't doing shit about the fact that he's laying there dead. Nice friends you got. We are at 91% now. The event is not going on. Which means we've got to settle for just killing sons. Where we can find them. But also grab this Vista. %. Those did not give me any
strong
additional percentages, sadly. Just got to kill a bunch of Svanir, sons thereof. If memory serves, Svanir was Javi's brother. Javi Jorah's daughter, the founder of the Vigil, I think. Obviously, a little bit of sibling rivalry going on there. Alright, now there are elementals over here that I know give advancement. Towards the heart. 3 or 4 of those. Probably do it. Well, maybe this one, and then I've got a couple things we can res, and that ought to do it. No, sorry. You guys stay dead. Bad luck for you. Really. Really bad. Really unfortunate for you. I feel for you, honestly. We've got the Vista, the POI, and then inside there's a heart. Vista, we're at 95%. I'm missing one other thing. There may be a POI in there as well. Maybe. I don't recall. Off the top of my head. But I think we have 2 more things we need to grab. The heart in here will be one of them. Looks like there maybe is another heart to the south. Or that's maybe this heart. The dredge.
Strong.
Needless to say, the blind mole rats, they are immune to blind. That makes sense. The giant blind mole rats. The communist giant naked blind mole rats. Seriously, they're communists. They are part of the moletariat, and that's actually what they have in the game. I tell you, the map management has been busted since End of Dragons, unfortunately. The number of times you enter a map and you have to leave, sometimes, like before you can do anything, the instant you enter a map, you immediately get notified, would you like to move to a more populated map? You're like, what? But I just got here.
You lose.
And I thought it was just me, but I've heard Wooden Potatoes pointed out as well. And I figure if he's pointing it out, the odds are that it's not just me and him. In fact, there is a problem. There's a dog barking out in the courtyard. You might be able to hear. Apologies for that. Not under my control. Not my dog.
Kill them all.
Most of the time, if there's noise coming from out there, it's kids. You know, families let their kids play out in the courtyard. I've got no complaint about that. I'm fine with that. Less enthused about the dog, gotta say. Because kids are gonna be kids. We're at 98%. What did I miss? What did I miss? I missed a POI somewhere. Over there. Yep. The place where the world boss spawns. is another map completion.
I should have known. The sons of Svanir have turned them to Jormak.
The world boss.
That is a totem to dragon. Destroy that foul totem.
I will destroy that foul totem.
But they are our pain.
Me and Linklalai, or Linkalai, are here, whacking on the totem, and walking hard on. Seriously, walking hard on.
And Jormak's hold on the Grawl is shattered. His triumph must be documented. First, fine ale.
Yeah. You know, I can understand. Middle school is a difficult time for a lot of people.
We all walk in the light of the Six. Heed my words and be blessed.
We have new shoes. And new shoes means we'll close the evening off with a new dye selection. I kind of liked the midnight teal, not so much the lion, but the midnight teal and the golden lion. I think it's a pretty good combo. Looks like blued steel and the gold. Not bad at all. I feel safe in saying that whatever we're about to get is going to be much, much worse. Actually, no. We've got Havroon, which is a gray that makes a good metallic steel-looking gray. We've got Glint Sanctuary, which passes for like a silver burnishing on it. And then a little bit of pale for the non-metallic stuff. Actually, that's a really, really good combo. I am shocked, stunned, and surprised.
Begin destruction protocol.
We'll come over here to Katrin, sell our junk, and then
dismissed.
We'll see if we can get 2 keys tonight. We're 1 for 1. First of all, get our mail. Air Stigalkin thinks my deeds are awesome. She's pretty cool, and obviously has a good taste in friends. Can we get 2 keys tonight? I think it's asking for too much. It was asking for too much. Sadly. The new boots aren't good. So, yeah. We did get 1 key tonight, even if the key results were disappointing. The key itself made it a worthwhile thing. Getting 1 is asking for too much already. Hey, come on, Major Kicks. The odds are like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 from a map completion. I didn't get 1 last night. The odds of going 0 for 3, we'll assume it's 1 for 4. The odds of going 3 in a row without getting it at 1 in 4 chance of getting it is 3/4 times 3/4 times 3/4. Ergo, it is 27/64. The odds are therefore 37 in 64, or about 60% that you get a key from 3. So in keeping with that, I got 1 key from 3. Like getting raisin cookies instead of chocolate chip cookies. We don't joke about that kind of thing, sir, in this channel. Chocolate chip cookies, especially fresh and kind of soft and melty, are sent from heaven themselves. Raisin cookies are evil. They are the spawn of Satan, and they are potentially good cookies ruined by the presence of mummified grapes. They are a cuisine crime. Unrelated question. Where are you from? If that's okay to ask, it's certainly okay to ask. I was born in Oakland, California. I still live in the San Francisco Bay Area now. I'm in the Silicon Valley. Oaktown represent. I was born in a location with a whole bunch of hospitals and stuff, and it's called Pill Hill. At least it used to be.
Are your hunts dissatisfied? Vigilate your prowess and reforge you into a weapon against the Elder Dragons.
I mean, you don't mind oatmeal, raisin? No, I'm fine with oatmeal, but the raisins, no, raisins are just nasty. Even as a kid, I would spit out raisins. I never liked them, even when I was a little kid. Where there are, that's the kind of thing you give little kids to eat and chew on because they're sweet. And if they throw them, the amount of damage they can do is limited. But I would just spit them out. But yes, if you're expecting chocolate chip and you get the raisin, that's just, especially if it's intentional. A friend go, hey, you want a chocolate chip cookie? You go, ooh, yes, thanks. And it's not justifiable homicide. It's possible I hold a rather extreme opinion on that specific issue. But justifiable homicide. 12 points. 3 more levels. We'll go ahead and keep it where we are. I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out. I am very appreciative of the fact that you do so. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time. So 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia and Australia. We're no longer friends if you give me a raisin cookie and told me it was chocolate chip. Exactly. It's just an act of unfathomable cruelty to do so. If you say, would you like a raisin cookie? That's not a crime. It means you have no taste in that you enjoy those, but it's not a crime. Would you like a cookie without specifying that it's raisin? That's getting really into a negative space. And if you say, would you like a chocolate chip cookie? You're a villain. You are a comic book villain. Alum Bell has followed. I have only one spiel, and here it comes. Let me shake it up. Loosen up. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the follow, and I'm going to call it here. I'll be back tomorrow. I expect to be doing more of my leveling process here for Caraxes Scriptbane. Sometimes you got to kill a few script. That's all I'm saying. And then next week we'll start doing the storyline stuff. I've received 100 messages today in Restream chat, so thank you for all of that. Again, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you will see me soon. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, and I hope your Friday goes quickly so you can get into your weekend, assuming you have a regular Monday through Friday schedule. I'm back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.